Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Oh.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening to everybody, all the Titan fans out there, all NFL fans that are watching the show, Buffalo fans, Steeler fans, that, teams that we were supposed to play, and then even now, right now, they're pushing the game to Tuesday because there's been other cases of COVID here in Tennessee. So we're doing a special edition show today to give you all our thoughts. Today's nothing scripted, man. We just are wanting to talk. Me and Jacques have been talking about this all week long, man. And so we want to put this out here, as to how we feel about it. We know the fan base right now is feeling a certain way. We can just tell from the vibe of the folks online, just in the city, just how everything is, man. Definitely.
Right. No, I agree, Hulk. Like it's been a sobering thing. We thought that, of course, we wasn't gonna have no positive cases, but I wake up this morning and I think we got two positive cases. One being Michael Pruitt, and I think a practice squad player. So I think we're up to 22 players, and these are not no practice squad players. These are Daquan Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, Corey Davis, Adam Humphries. I mean, we're losing people, and I know they say the next man up. But, I mean, the next man up, hey, you really going to have to show out, man, like to get to the next level. But, I mean, how everything is played out, I mean, you trying to squeeze blood out of the turnip, dog. Like,
yep.
We're in a pandemic, okay?
Yep.
And whoever believes it or not, I don't care. But at the same time, you knew the consequences of when you were going to start up. You started up the season in the middle of a pandemic. This was bound to happen. I don't care how much policy, how much procedures you plan. Now, we both are working men. We're very procedure, policy based. We're very there's different things that we live by. You see what I'm saying? Hey, how do we set this up? We need to set this up this way. Different scenarios. I mean, literally, did the NFL not play out each scenario and each thing that they wanted to do? Right? But it had to be our team to take the fall, right?
Yep.
I mean, I've been seeing just forums and comment sections, man, going in on our team, man. Literally,
yep.
Like I've seen some people folks say, hey, the Titans need to be kicked out the league. I'm like, I mean, literally, that's harsh, man. Like, literally, that is harsh to say, hey, a team that broke policy should be kicked out the league. I mean, you can literally get this virus. Somebody could have went home and got the virus from their family member. And then you turn around and you come into play, hey, we're going to practice. You can spread that way. But then you get on the
I totally agree, man. And,
straight.
The NFL is making it as if we are the scapegoat. Like,
right.
It's the Titans and only the Titans, as if we're spreading it around the entire league to a certain degree, right? But there are players on other teams that have had and are currently having COVID. Cam Newton, right? Stephon Gilmore. That's two on the Patriots, and they played the very next day, right? Yep. You look, the Raiders have players. The Falcons, AJ Terrell's had COVID.
Which he's coming back. I just seen a message where they're saying he's back.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So there are players throughout the league that have this virus, right? And I said early before the season started that I felt that we should wait a minute, allow this thing to sort of work out, plan it a bit better before this starts. Mm-hmm. And there's no way to know, okay, the players left to go work out, okay, after they were told not to. So I can understand people saying, well, the Titans shouldn't have done it. Okay, that's some truth to that. I will say that. I will say that was not a smart decision by the Titans. I get that. But can I quantify to say that's how they got it? No, I can't say that. No one knows that. No one knows how it was received, right? So we can't say because they went to Montgomery Bell Academy, MBA, which is a high school in Nashville, that's how it spread. That's not true. We are in a pandemic. And because football is such in tight quarters, if we talk about athlete's foot from football players or anything, a cold, even in your office where you work now, if somebody gets a cold, everybody's getting a cold if you're in tight quarters. So all it took is one player. And then you look at the coach, our defensive coach, right, they had got COVID. I mean, that could have been from at a grocery store, and he got it and spread it. Who knows how it started? We don't know. So I can't sit there and say that, they were being irresponsible, beyond the point of they made a mistake. Again, they should not have went if they were told that. But the league shouldn't blame the Titans as we're this COVID team.
Right.
Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen. Give it 2 to 3 more weeks. There are going to be other teams that's going to be hit with this pandemic. There'll be other teams that's in the same boat. And I was telling Jacques this too, on Twitter and even on the radio, they were speaking on the fact that, it could be possible that John Robinson and Mike Vrabel might be suspended for the season. That is a possibility. And so if that happens, that is going to tear the team apart. The team is going to crumble. And we finally have a team 3-0. We're making the right steps, and then this happens, and it sucks, right? But if that does happen, and other teams get it, we better retract those decisions because again, we are in a pandemic. Okay, so it's not like someone did anything on purpose. I mean, anybody can have it. You might be asymptomatic, you just don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So even with that, is you literally, I mean, at the beginning of the season, they was discussing special masks and special things. You're on the practice field. You iterated to it earlier, Hawk, that football is such a contact close sport. Literally, I can't avoid if I have something. It can even be like you said, common cold. It can be the flu. Literally, I mean, you're in contact with that particular player. I'm tackling you. I'm touching you. I'm in the locker room. I think Dennis Kelly. Did he catch a staph infection last year?
Yes, he did.
Okay, exactly. My point exactly. Things happen, okay?
Right. Yeah.
And when things happen like this is what you do when you play with fire. The NFL likes to play with fire.
Yes.
They like to gamble. It's a money league. It's a money league. It's to me, it's all about the football, but at the same time, they've turned it into everything else. It's money, money, money. I remember back in the day when I first started watching football, I loved the game of just football, right?
Yep.
But we equally everything else into it. So this is the risk that you ran when you wanted to literally start the league on time because you want to be first. My thing is, the NBA did it right? They put them in a bubble. The MLB did it right. They put them in a bubble, right?
That's right.
So my thing is, I've heard people, well, it can't be done. No, it can be done. They put them in resorts, right? They're in resorts. They got their own little bubble. You have one specific location to let them play it. It could have been in Hawaii, nice place, right? Could have been in California. Could have been in Florida. Anywhere, right? That way you have all 32 teams contained in one area, right? Yep. Now, if somebody literally goes out of procedure and they break protocol, then, hey, you're accountable. Then you have to go. That's what you call setting up a process, right? Mm-hmm. People don't understand processes. It's a particular process. You go through each scenario, right? The NFL say, yeah, we went through this scenario and that scenario. No, you didn't. You didn't gauge for this because if you really wanted to, if you prepare correctly, what could have happened is you have a bye and you have a COVID bye, right? Yep. Specifically for issues like this. You get an extra bye due to COVID, right?
Yep.
That team goes to that COVID bye. You stage over there. Then when it's time to come in, you come in, right? This gives the NFL free range to experiment with an 18-game schedule or a 19-game schedule, right? It gives them free range to experiment. Hey, we can play games on Tuesday, guys. We can play games on Wednesday. We can play games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So it's just they wasn't prepared from the beginning, and you iterated to it earlier. The Titans are the scapegoat because they know they messed up on their policies and procedures in the scenario. Yep. Like you said, if they called and said, hey, y'all, you can't practice outside the facility. Hey, that's on the Titans. I get that, right?
Right.
At the same
and we're
time,
saying that we're taking accountability as as fans and organizations. We understand that.
Right. But my thing is, if you literally call me after we got through practice and say, hey, y'all can't be there. No, that means that you didn't follow the process. There's a process, follow the process, right? So then as a football player, hey, I got to stay in shape. We might have a game Sunday. We ain't prepared. We can't go to the facilities and treat. We can't go and train. We've been doing this virtual learning. Like we said, this virtual thing is cool mentally, but physically, hey, that's why we've been rusty. You see what I'm saying? That's why we've been rusty. So, I mean, follow your process. Yes. Be true, NFL. Be true to yourself.
Yes, agreed. And what people might not realize, man, in the NFL, in football in general, especially in the middle of a season, man, you gotta stay working out. You gotta stay keeping your body. Your body is your commodity. Okay, that was always stated when I was playing ball. Your body is what keeps you afloat in the NFL. That's how you get paid, right? And so Roger Saffold even stated he's sticking by his team. He's sticking by his guns. He said, "You damn right we did that." And he's like, we want to keep our edge. We want to keep working out and things. We can't just go home, sit down, eat Subway sandwiches all day, and then come play a full football game. So right now they haven't practiced in almost 2 weeks. And they still can't practice. I don't know how we're going to play against the Buffalo Bills.
Man.
Later on, we're going to have a show, with Buffalo Fanatics, and we're going to be straight up to say, I don't know how we're going to win this football game. I don't, because
Miracle.
Exactly. If we do, that really says a lot about both teams. But
Right.
When you look at the Titans right now, the fact that we've been out, for so long, I don't want players to get hurt. And things like that. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now, in my opinion. Again, tomorrow might be something different, but as of today, on Thursday, October 8th, I do feel like tomorrow there are going to be other players that's going to have this. I honestly think they're going to forfeit the game. I really do. I don't think they're going to have enough players to play, and it's going to really suck. But guys, I'm going to tell you this, man. Like, I would prefer to be – I know it's going to sound crazy. I would prefer it to be a forfeit versus us playing and getting some players hurt. If we need more time to stay away, hey, the one thing they can say about the Titans is, well, you guys should not have went in practice at the high school. Fine. No, you can't quantify that's how they got the virus, right? Okay, we can't say that. We don't know that. They are probably already had it. Even when you watch games, you see people drinking water bottles after each other, right? Right? Licking hands after throwing a football. I mean, so many different things. Shaking hands right after. Like, the quarterback, he throw the ball, boom. Hey, good catch out there. Good catch. Like, bro, you could get COVID just like that, right? So we don't know how it happened. But to put the Titans as sort of the blame child in this whole situation for the whole entire league, that's unfair to the Titans. It's unfair to the fan base. Just like you said, I've been on different podcasts, and man, like, dude, teams are killing the Titans right now, man. They hate the Titans right now, as if like we're going to infect the whole league. But I mark my words, I'm telling you, in the next few weeks, there's going to be other teams that's been impacted. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And even because right now you might not be showing a positive test now, you can tomorrow, right? Because it's an incumbent piece in this whole thing too, where it sort of hides and it does come out eventually. So just like now with the Titans, there might be players not showing now, but they might be tomorrow. So I hate it for the Titans. Like I've been saying, it had to be us. It had to be the Titans of all the teams in the league. We're getting notoriety. We're in the news, but for the wrong reasons, right? For the wrong reasons. So I just hope, everything is good with the fan base, man. I've been feeling the vibes easily, man, that folks is just disgruntled. They got this look on their face like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's facts. I mean, literally, like I see little reports of players being ill.
This
ill.
Facts, no paper. Facts.
Ill. Like literally, like Lamar Jackson, they just said, oh, he didn't practice because he's ill. And when I'm really like, okay, maybe were the Titans honest?
Yes. Exactly. Right.
Were they honest?
Yep.
Jerry Jones is up in arms. I mean, we know how Jerry Jones operates, people.
Right.
We know how
and he been talking bad about the Titans. Jerry Jones has too.
It's twofold. He's upset because the Cowboys are not winning like they're supposed to.
Suck.
Now you're not America's team no more. I'm sorry, okay?
Right.
Get over it. That was in the 70s and in the 80s. You're not America's team no more, okay? Second, you're trying to be the scapegoat. They really want to pin this on the Titans, literally.
Right. Yep. When
I see illness, when I say, hey, the player was out for illness. Devontae Parker from the Packers.
Devontae Adams, yes.
My bad. Devontae Adams literally tweeted, hey, fans, I'm not going to play the game today.
Yep. It's like,
That's a little strange, bro.
Yeah, like, I don't remember you getting hurt like that, bro. That's kind of weird. Yes.
So that's me. What that tells me, and what I'm assuming, it's an assumption that, hey, we came back with a positive test, bro, but you need to go back and you need to just chill.
Yep.
Play it off like you just an illness, right?
Right.
I mean, this is something that you're going to see when it gets cold, and we know when it gets cold. Players we played in the cold. You tend to get a little bit more sicker when you get in the cold.
You do.
People don't understand. Yeah, athletes are some of the most healthiest people in the world, right?
Yep.
But that doesn't negate the fact that athletes are still human beings. Look at Eric Berry. He got cancer, man.
Yep.
Eric Berry got cancer. By the way, I do want to say this. All the players that do have COVID on the Titans, man, get well.
Get well, guys. Tighten up, get well.
I'm not seeing anybody really say, hey, players, hey, get well.
Yep.
rest up, get your immune system right, you good. But it's coming from the Tennessee Titans Weekly.
Right.
Get well.
Get well. Because the virus is serious. I mean, I was telling Jacques yesterday, I had a guy that called me, man, and he was just checking on the family. He just randomly being nice. A guy actually at our church. And, you know, the guy himself had COVID, okay? The guy I talked to. And I asked him, how are you doing? You know, he's like, man, I'm good. It was tough. He was in the hospital for a month and a half. And he's a young guy in his 40s. And I was like, wow, you know, I said, hope you're doing well. He said, man, I'm good. It's a tough battle. He had other conditions on top of that too, right? That didn't make it any better. So just because they're athletes, oh, they got COVID, they'll be all right. Hey, you don't know that. It impacts everybody differently. You know what I mean? So yes, we're really hoping that all the Titans come back healthy, ready to go, you know, utilize the time to get right, get healthy, things of that nature. So I'm gonna tell you what's interesting, Jacques. So I've also heard that if COVID becomes a big thing in the NFL where other teams get impacted, they might look into not how many wins you have, but your percentage of wins. Okay, that would be really interesting. And I honestly think it will come to that, bro. I do. I think this is where there's smoke, there's fire, right? What makes the Titans any different than anybody else, right? Who's to say that every team is being responsible? Can you say that 30 teams, 53 players? Please, right? So it might impact some others down the road. So it might come to that, man. It might come based not on how many games you won, but games you win, yes, but your percentage of games that you've won.
Yep, and I've heard the same exact thing. And you know what? That's a contingency plan that sounds like they already knew. That's what when I hear that, that means the NFL knew, hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, but hey, we're going to play it off like it's not going to happen. We're going to make sure you think it's normal, right? We all want to see football. We all want to see the players out there enjoying themselves. The hell, the players want to play football, right?
Right.
But you're playing, I mean, it's like an electrician, okay? And if we might have some electricians that we know. Before you work on electricity, there's two things you got to do. You're working on it live, you got to ground yourself. You got to ground yourself. Two, if you don't want to work on it live, you got to cut the power off, right?
Yep.
But if you don't ground yourself or you don't cut the power off, you just start working, what happens, people? You can die. You can electrocute yourself. That's the risk that you run it. And the players that did opt out, they probably knew. I mean, I heard something about Von Miller. He got it, and he did say he was close to opting out because he said, "Man, it's no joke.
Right?
Literally, it's no joke." I'm like, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't punish one team saying, "Hey, you guys are the epicenter. You guys are the catalyst, and you guys should." I mean, like I said, I've heard some crazy things, man, and we should be put out the league. And I'm like put out the league?
Yeah.
I mean, suspend our coach and our GM? Really? Really? Like, what do they have to do with it? I mean, if that's the case, you need to start firing people in the inner office. You need to fire these team doctors. I mean, literally, that's who you need to go to first because it's their responsibility saying, hey, guys, this is the policies and procedures we got to follow. Boom, boom, boom. Now, some will say, hey, John and them are supposed to enforce it. Yes, boom, boom, yes, I get that. But why? Because I've heard that, too, that they're going to punish the Titans to an historic level.
And they're going to.
And I'm like, okay. So if I hear historic, I hear a bunch of suspensions, and I also hear draft picks lost. People, if we lose our first-round draft pick and our second-round draft pick, next season is going to be rough.
Yes,
okay?
it will.
John Robinson is a draft.
The future will be rough. Yes.
The future will be rough. I mean, we built through the draft. Majority of our team are draft picks that are playing to this day.
That's
right?
Correct. That's right.
If we lose our draft picks, our first and second round draft pick, literally, come on. And then the sad part about it is, Hawk, is you didn't punish the Patriots like this for Deflategate. You didn't punish them when they cheated, when they were videotaping the Jets.
Facts,
you didn't punish them last time like this.
That's right.
Yeah, they lost the first round pick and they got fined this and that. But you're gonna suspend our GM. You're gonna suspend our coach. These are just allegedly.
Right.
We're just saying allegedly. But if it does come down to that, because it's a truth, it's always truth in every rumor.
It is
a little bit.
Just a little bit. Right.
But you're gonna suspend our GM and our coach and the players that participated. And for the season, I can understand a couple of games, but for the season,
Yep.
People, if like you said earlier, if that happens, we are in trouble.
We're in trouble. We are in trouble. And I would say this too, man. Like, if things do not pan out, we do get things to be suspended, coaches, players, and things like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not think we're gonna make the playoffs.
I
I
agree.
hate to say that, but unless it impacts other teams down the road, if they go through the same things that we're going through. But if not, if we're one of the only teams that are losing players throughout, because football is a rhythm sport.
Mhm.
Football is not you wake up and start playing football. It's a rhythm. And so we're about to have a stretch of games, with the Buffalo Bills coming. They're 4-0, man. Hey, Buffalo's ready. Okay. Buffalo's,
Yes.
they can be beat now. Don't get me wrong. There's
Right.
some weaknesses. Buffalo's their defense is not as tough as people might think, especially their run defense. But they're going to be coming in. Josh Allen's ready. Okay. So looking at that game and looking at other games, if we don't have our full arsenal, we're not going to win a lot of football games. And when when you are under the COVID protocol, that's 2 games that you're missing, right? You might miss 2 games. So you think of Corey Davis, Big Jeff, Adam Humphries. These guys are going to be out. So it's like, who are they going to sign a receiver? Me? Jacques? Like,
Right.
we need players. And right now I haven't heard of anything, but they can't do anything. They're not at the facility. They are shut down. There's nothing they can do right now. So when we do play on Tuesday against the Bills, if it does happen, I mean, bro, we might have 3 receivers and that's it. We might have 1 tight end because Michael Pruitt's now out. So it's like we're not playing with a lot on the deck. And so that's why I'm telling you, I'm leaning at least this week. I'm okay with it being forfeited. I am, because I don't want people to get hurt. I don't want people to, the Titans to try to prove a point. If we play, let's win. Let's go for it, right? But I won't be mad. And so I really do think, yeah, I'm telling you, if things don't improve, if we go 2 or 3 games in a stretch where we're not in a rhythm and we're not playing games and things, and we have other players getting out in COVID, because the AFC is no joke. You don't think Pittsburgh's ready? Of course, the Chiefs are ready. The Bills are ready. Baltimore's ready, right? These teams are ready. They're ready. The Colts are ready. So you got to look at, okay, where do we fit in this? So Jacques, do you think, man, if things don't improve, do you think we still have a chance at the playoffs?
No, we're not going to the playoffs. Not at all. No, especially when you iterated earlier. And I'm curious to see who was at that practice. I know they said Ryan Tannehill, but I'm very curious to see who was all at. I know Saffold and Tannehill. If they suspend them, no, we're not making the playoffs. Matter of fact, what will really suck is if we don't make the playoffs and we barely win 5 games, but we lose our first round and second round draft pick.
Yes.
That was potentially a top 10 pick that we missed out on.
That's right, sir.
So
That's right.
definitely.
Yeah, man. Yep. So fans, we just wanted to give you all a breakdown of our thoughts. We know how you feel. We feel the same way. And those that are not Titan fans who just want to kind of get a perspective of how we feel, upon everything that's going on, maybe this will give you a screenshot of what we're dealing with here as far as the league, the Titans, and everything like that, our hopes for the season and things. And so, we just hope the team can keep pushing through and tighten up through this whole process.
I agree.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Push through, get healthy. That's one little positive out of this. I mean, AJ and Adore and all them will be healthy. So just get healthy, y'all. Let's just hope for the best. Hopefully the punishment is not bad. Let's just hope for tomorrow we can make it through tomorrow without any cases. But I mean,
Correct.
We will definitely see.
That's right. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that ends the show. Thank you again for joining in to the special edition show. Again, as always, you can always check us out. Subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly, as well on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. You can always email us as well at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com.
And also, people, remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell your auntie, your uncle, your dog, your cat. Tell everybody. Tell a Steelers fan, a Chiefs fan, a Bills fan, any fan. Hey, we know your team. Come on through and check out some football, man. But hey, tighten up.
Tighten up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get through this COVID stuff and let's get it moving, man. So you and yours, tighten up, ladies and gentlemen.
Tighten up.
Yes, sir.